Little Lauren here, reporting for Moabite Times. Today, I'm going to be interviewing the prophet for a prophet, Balaam, the son of Peor, and his amazing talking donkey. Balaam, do you have a minute for an interview?
Of course, if it gets my face all over Moab.
Yeah, is this your donkey?
This is my donkey Zuzu. She's quite wild, as you can tell.
Oh, she seems very sweet. She doesn't seem as talkative as we've heard.
No, she hasn't talked since the incident.
The incident, so can you tell us more about what happened?
Yes, well, you see, I was on my way to look at some Israelites. Actually, let me back up here. If you don't know, if you're not a person in the know, there was a tribe of people that recently came out of Egypt, and they've been doing battle with some of the surrounding kingdoms around us, and they're very fearsome people. And the king of Moab, Balak, yes, I know the king of Moab very personally, he sent to me a message asking if I would come out and I would curse the Israelites. And the thing about being a prophet is you have to listen to the word of your Lord, otherwise you'll get false prophecies, and when you get false prophecies, you're not a respected prophet, and if you're not a respected prophet, you're a poor prophet. And well, I don't want to be a poor prophet. So these men came to me, and I told them to wait for me that night, to stay with me, and I would seek the words of my Lord. And he came to me and he said, Balaam, who are these people with you? And I told him these men are from Moab, and they've been sent here asking me to come out and curse this people, the Israelites. And unfortunately for me, and unfortunately for my treasure vault, God responded with, I can't go and curse these people, for they are his blessed people. So I got up in the morning and I told the men what the Lord had said, and I sent them away. Well, they came back a few days later, and there were more of them, and they were dressed better. They were more powerful men. They were more respect-worthy men. Men that I have worked with many times. And they came to me and they sent an even more urgent message, practically begging me. That's right, the king of Moab begged me to come and curse these people. He sent more princes with more money and more finer clothes and men of great honor. And they said that the king of Moab would give me anything I desired. And well, there's quite a lot of things I desire. But again, I could not go against the word of my Lord. So I told them to stay there with me that night, and I would again talk to my Lord. And the word of the Lord came to me that night, and he told me to, if they begged me to come or to go with them in the morning, then I would arise and I would go, but only do what he told me. So I got up in the morning and I woke them up, and I saddled up my donkeys and I said, let's go. And that's when the incident happened. You see, we were on a very narrow pathway, very tight pathway. And normally my donkey's a pretty good donkey. She's been very faithful to me all these years. And as we were going, Zuzu just stopped in the middle of the road. So I hit her. And I said, keep going. And again, she stopped in the middle of the road. But this time she took my foot and she crushed me up against the wall on the side. And that made me really angry. So I hit her again and said, get going. And then she stopped a third time. So then, on the third time, Zuzu just straight up laid down underneath me. And, well, this time I took my trusty cane here and I beat the Sheol out of her. And that's when she opened her mouth and she spoke. She said, Balaam, why have you hit me these 3 times? And I responded with, because you've made a fool of me. You've embarrassed me. I'm this great prophet and you're embarrassing me.
You weren't even surprised that she was talking?
Well, a little bit, but when you're a man as rich as I and as connected to his God as I, strange things can happen. So anyway, she had asked me why I hit her, and I told her because she was embarrassing me, and that she was lucky that I didn't have my sword with me, because if I had my sword with me, I would have killed her where she lay. And she claps back and she said, am I not your donkey that you've had for your whole life? And I I felt humbled because she never normally treats me this way. I felt kind of sorry. I really love that donkey. Excuse me.
Do you need a moment? Okay, are you good now?
Yes, of course, I'm fine. Anyway, so I felt kind of bad about it, and then suddenly I saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road in front of me. I fell down and I worshipped, because respect, you know? And the angel of the Lord asked me, he said, "Why did you strike your donkey these 3 times?" And I said, "'Cause I didn't know why she stopped. I'm sorry that I sinned against you." I mean, he had told me that he would have killed me, and the donkey saved my life, that Zuzu saved my life. And so I felt, again, very humbled, and I apologized, and I realized that I had sinned against my Lord because I did not wait for his word in the morning. I did not follow his instructions. I saddled my donkey, I put my saddlebags on her to get the gold that I'm expecting to get, or I was expecting to get, and I left without a word from him. And so I apologized, and I said, if you so wish, Lord, I will turn back. And the Lord responded, "No, keep going, but make sure to speak only what I tell you to speak." And so I got to the city of Moab, and the king himself, Balak, came out to greet me. That's right, he came to me. I didn't go to him. And he accused me. He said, "Balaam, didn't I sin for you? Why didn't you come?" Well, I told him as it was. You know, I can only do the word of my Lord, and the Lord had told me not to come, but now he has sent me here. So the king of Moab was like, "All right, let's go curse these people." And so it took me up to a large hill overlooking all of this tribe of Israelites, and they were fierce and mighty and great in number. And he told me again to curse these people, but I could not curse them. Instead, the Lord told me to bless them. So I built the altars, and I sacrificed bulls and oxen, and I prepared to speak the word of the Lord. And instead of curses coming out of my mouth, blessings came out of my mouth. And of course, you know, old Balak, he got kind of mad at me because I'm blessing them instead of cursing them. And he kept getting mad at me because every time he'd get mad at me, I'd respond with another blessing. And in total, I blessed them 7 times. Because they are the Lord's blessed people, and there's nothing we can do to stop them. Or at least that's what he thought. So at the end of my 7th blessing, and this is a behind the scenes tidbit, at the end of my 7th blessing, I came up with a tricksy way to still get my money and appease the Lord. And instead of cursing these Israelites, I told Balak how he could curse them. Because you see, the Israelites, they serve the same God that I serve. And he's a very jealous God. He likes to be worshipped and only him worshipped. So I told them that if he took their women, the women of Moab, and they went out and they enticed the Israelite men, they could get them to worship their God, the God of Baal. And that if they did that, they would stray from the Lord that was blessing them, Yahweh. So they did. They sent out women, and, well, if I do say so myself, it's a pretty good success. The 2 tribes are now intermingling, and their conquering has stopped for the time being. The Lord is no longer blessing them.
So, how do you hope for people to remember you in the future?
As rich. And if you need a prophet, call 1-800-BALAM-ROCKS, and I'll be sure, if I can't, to bless you, and if I can't bless you, find a way to work around the rules to make you rich, almost as rich as me.
What does your donkey eat?
Gold.